Prosecutors decided not to file charges against George Melvin III.
Murrow News 8 starts now.
This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Will Wixie.
And I'm Ava Wainhouse. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Prosecutors declined to file criminal charges against George Melvin Harris III, the man suspected of shooting and killing LeBon Barr and wounding Brandon Gray last Friday night. Whitman County Prosecutor Dan LeBeau says they are investigating Harris's self-defense claim and that charges could be filed later. LeBeau says it's very common not to file charges at this stage of an ongoing investigation. Harris was released from jail Monday afternoon after police posted his bond. Spokane residents are on the edge after two men were injured in a drive-by shooting Tuesday night near the Gonzaga campus. Residents close to campus claim they heard gunshots, squealing tires, and the sound of a car crash that night. Another drive-by shooting was reported near Shadle Park High School Wednesday afternoon. These two locations are less than 5 miles apart, and no arrests have been made for either shooting.
5 new COVID-19 deaths have been reported yesterday on and near the Palouse. Idaho North Central Division reported 1 death in Nez Perce County, 1 in Latah County, 1 in Lewis County, and 2 in Whitman County. As for active COVID cases, the surrounding Palouse region has reported 111 new cases in total. Keep in mind, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare said that several local public health districts are late in reporting new COVID-19 cases to the state.
And WSU will now require anyone 12 and older to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test at Cougar football games. Sona Porter is live at Gesa Field to show us what this new procedure might look like. Sona?
You got that right, Will. WSU Athletics yesterday made an announcement that Cougar fans 12 years and older would have to provide a vaccination record or a negative COVID test to be able to get into the stadium. Now, this requirement is going to start on October 19 when the Cougs play against the Oregon State. And the verification process will take place in different locations on campus, such as the Beazle Coliseum, the Coptin Union Building, and the Cookville. Now, there will also be 4 other different locations around the stadium that this process will be taking place as well. Now, those that are under 12 years are exempted, and anyone that is not verified will not be allowed into the stadium, but instead would be screened at the gates. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Sona. In other news, Governor Inslee calls on Idaho politicians to help combat COVID-19. This came after Inslee visited Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center in Spokane last Wednesday. He was told about thousands of procedures and surgeries getting postponed due to COVID-19 treatment. Some of these procedures are for patients in severe pain or with cancerous tumors. Spokane hospitals are treating more patients from Idaho than they typically would. Inslee says it's frustrating politicians from our neighboring state are not helping.
The CDC is urging women who are pregnant or planning to get pregnant to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The CDC said that pregnant women diagnosed with COVID are at increased risk of severe illness, death, and pregnancy complications. Over 250,000 pregnant women have reported COVID cases and 22,000 have been hospitalized. Additionally, 161 pregnant women have died of COVID.
The United States Congress passed legislation yesterday to avoid partial federal government shutdown and to continue government funding through December 3rd. The legislation was needed to keep the government funded and running after the current budget year ended at midnight last night. Now that the bill has passed, lawmakers should now have more time to craft new spending measures for different federal agencies and programs that they administer.
Today's Orange Shirt Day. Orange Shirt Day recognizes and honors the lives impacted and lost to the genocide of boarding schools. Many Indigenous children attended these boarding schools, and the trauma they experienced continues to be felt to this day. You can participate in remembering this time and their struggles by wearing orange today.
A new Department of Energy Curriculum Development grant will soon allow WSU students to learn how to make energy-efficient housing. A WSU team led by Omar Al-Hassawi, an assistant professor in the School of Design and Construction, received a 3-year, $750,000 grant to help develop a curriculum focused on energy-efficient housing. The future courses plan to use energy modeling and simulation software to help design and build housing without the massive carbon emissions.
Flu Shot Fridays are beginning tomorrow at the Elson S. Floyd Cultural Center and the Chinook. Flu shots will be giving out at both sites from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Everyone planning to attend must make an appointment. Faculty and staff can schedule their shot with the Range Community Clinic, and students can make appointments through their patient portal with Cougar Health Services.
Coming up after the break, Henry Lenhart has your local forecast.
Will be used for next.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years,
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat,
Come on.
or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. It's never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
According to the Spokesman Review, WSU's Steve Gleason Institute for Neuroscience has opened a new adaptive technology center in Spokane. The center's main purpose is to help patients who suffer from neurodegenerative diseases find things they would enjoy having in their lives, learning new ways to adapt and grow. The center is set to open next week, Monday, October 4th.
Well, Henry, we are having a great day today so far. Will that last the rest of the week?
Well, thanks, Will. Well, honestly, probably won't last much longer just in general. Today's been a little windy with that 11-mile-an-hour breeze, but it did get up to 72. But here's the real kicker. Tonight after 8 p.m., there's a 40% chance of rain and thunderstorms that will be rolling in. Now, that will also probably linger into tomorrow morning as well. You may see early showers in the morning and early afternoon. But Friday is also going to be a cooler day with a high of 64 and only a low of 39. Now, around the rest of the state, rain has been the theme of the day. Seattle and Olympia both expecting about up to half an inch of rain. And if you look up by me right here in this area, there's going to be a cold front that is going to bring a lot of rain to it to the rest of eastern Washington. Yakima, Tri-Cities, Spokane are all expected to reach 40% rains, including Pullman. Now, take a look at the rest of the week. This rain is not supposed to last that long. It's only supposed to last the next couple of days. And then we'll see a bunch of high 70s, mid 70s, and low 60s. So, should be a pretty good week after this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, no. This warrior will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There's a good chance WSU running back Max Borghi and quarterback Jaden DeLauro will be back on the field Saturday, according to the head coach, Nick Rolovich. Borghi suffered an arm injury in his left arm in the game against the Utes, and DeLauro was left with an injured left leg. Here's what Rolovich had to say in regard to the chances of both players participating in the next game.
There's a good chance we can get them both. Good chance we can get them both. I'll leave it like that.
The Cougs will battle Cal Berkeley on Saturday at California Memorial Stadium, and hopefully they'll have those key players back on the field with them. Hitting the road for the first time in Pac-12, the Cougs head to Salt Lake City to take on Utah, who are coming off of a loss against Stanford last week. Their trip to Utah is the first for the Cougs in 3 seasons after hosting the Utes for the last 3 matchups between the 2 squads, including a pair last season that included a non-conference contest. WSU is unbeaten in the last 3 meetings with a 2-0 win. Both goals were scored by forward Elise Bennett. Attention basketball fans, the wait is finally over. The WSU men's basketball schedule has finally been announced. This is said to be one of the most anticipated schedules of the decade. The Cougs will take on Alcorn State at Beasley Coliseum on November 9th at noon. The former WSU point guard Isaac Bonton signs with Neptūnas Klaipėda of the LKL, which is Lithuania's top basketball league. Bonton made the announcement via Twitter on Wednesday. He was a second-team All-Pac-12 pick as a senior last season after averaging 17.7 points per game to lead the Cougs and finish 4th in the conference. On a night they had to win to keep pace and remain the interlopers in the American League wildcard race, the Mariners did so in the manner that has won them more games than anyone believed possible early this season. The game against the A's ended 4-2. With the Mariners' 12th consecutive victory over the A's this season, it allowed them to remain a half game out of the second wildcard spot. That's all I have for you. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Madeline. Well, the Super Bowl halftime show just got announced.
Find out who will take the stage in February when we come back. The 2022 Super Bowl halftime show lineup has been revealed. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar will be on the world's biggest stage Sunday, February 13th at SoFi Stadium in California. Well, I'm not feeling too hot about this lineup. I can admit that I only really listen to country, so I don't think I'm going to be really watching this Super Bowl or the halftime show.
Hey, but these are some of the greatest rappers of all time we're talking about here, so I don't want to hear it. Right. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you missed anything on this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great night.